and welcome back to another video. In today's video, like you guys saw in today's title, I'm going to be recreating a very famous cake. This is a cake that Let's Do Makeup did for her YouTube channel, and I decided to do this for Eric for our anniversary. Eric is actually outside working in the garage, so he doesn't know what I'm making. He kind of saw me making the cakes, but he doesn't know that how I'm gonna decorate it or that I'm doing it for him. But so if you guys are interested in how this turns out, please keep on watching. These are some of the items I'm going to be using for today's cake. I did buy fresh flowers. I bought roses and I also bought sunflowers as she did for her video. I'm going to be doing my own whipped cream today, so let's see how that turns out. The cakes have been made. I did use the Betty Crocker brand, but if you guys do have your own homemade recipe, I would definitely choose that. But let's get started. Before getting started, I did want to mention that I've never done a full-on cake like this, nor have I ever done my own whipped cream. So I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be. It's the thought that matters. The cake itself actually tastes very good, but it's a box cake. You can't really go wrong with that. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the top layer of the cake. As you guys can tell, usually cakes start to rise up. So we're going to cut it out to kind of make it an even cake, and then after that we're going to be cutting the circle ones in half because that's how you make the heart cake. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how we're going to be doing that. So I have already done this one here, so it's already more of a flat surface. Now we're going to move on to this one. You can use a knife to do this, but I found it easy to use a string, or you can use sewing string. What you want to do is grab a big enough piece, I'm not sure if you can see it, and you're going to find a kind of a level for you to get the cake, and you just want to start moving it up and down on there. And that should help you give you a pretty level surface. You don't need to throw this out. You definitely can enjoy it on the side. I'm gonna repeat the same process to the rest of the two cakes. Now that I have my cakes kind of more leveled, what I'm gonna do is I did trace out the size of the cake onto a piece of paper to get the exact middle of the cake. So what I did was to put two papers together and kind of traced it out. I'm going to be cutting each one in half. So it's perfect. Fold it. This should give me a perfect middle circle. So and I'm gonna do the same to the other side. I don't have a big mixer, so what I'm gonna be using is a hand mixer. It might take me a little bit longer than if you do have one, so just bear with me. So I'm going to be using this brand here of whipping cream, and I am gonna be adding in sugar as well as vanilla extract, and let's see how this turns out. To this, I'm going to be adding half a cup of sugar. And 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And we're gonna whisk away. The question is, did I lick or not lick the whisks? But we will never know. So what I'm gonna do now is assemble the heart portion of the cake. So what I'm going to do is get my cake pieces. I do have this board here that I'm going to be using to put the heart on top, which is the cake. So you're gonna need one layer of your cake, and then you're gonna be putting whipped cream in the middle, and then you're gonna repeat the process. And then what you're going to be doing is grabbing your circle cake. And applying one portion to the bottom. And the second one. What we're gonna do now is add a little bit of the whipped cream to the center of the cake. That way it kind of works as a glue. And we're going to put an even layer of frosting on the top. At this point, we're going to be adding in our second layer. What you want to do is turn the cake upside down. So if this was the top portion, you want to turn it up and put it where it belongs. Alright, so I think this is as best as it's gonna get. What I'm gonna do is add another layer to kind of stick the cake together, and then I'll start filling in on the top. Now what we're gonna do is melt some chocolate and add it to the border of the cake. So pretty much what you wanna do is melt your chocolate, and you're gonna be adding it into this portion of it, so it's gonna make like a drop effect to the cake. Once you have your chocolate melted, what you wanna do is start adding it to the borders. You can use a Ziploc bag, but I just don't trust myself. I think I'm just gonna make a mess. I think I'm gonna try it with a spoon. Hopefully this works, but let's see. With this, I'm trying to see how tall I need to make these flowers in order for them to be able to stick out enough from the cake. Will probably be the best height, I want to say. So we're going to make all of the flowers about this tall. Once you have cut all your flowers, what I'm going to be adding is plastic wrap to the bottom. You could use flower tape, but I only have plastic wrap, so that's what I'm going to be using. We are pretty much at the last step. I'm going to add the Ferrero chocolates in the middle as a heart, and then the flowers are going to go around it. So let's jump in to start doing that. If you did make it to the end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. This was my first time making an actual cake from scratch because I did the whipped cream, even though the cake itself was made out of box. I think I did a pretty good job. I think the decorations make the cake look very, very nice. I just can't wait to actually try the cake. Hopefully I do get a footage of us trying the cake at the end of this video. But if you guys did like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll see you guys all in my next video. You can open your eyes. You can remove the box.
What is this? Is this all for me?
It's all for you.
Where'd you get the flowers?
I bought them.
When did you do this?
Solo.